Hello everyone. Today we are going to learn about intrapersonal intelligence. Intrapersonal intelligence is part of the idea of multiple intelligences that was developed by psychologist Dr. Howard Gardner. The multiple intelligence theory explains that everyone has 9 methods of learning new information called intelligences, but the level of each intelligence varies from person to person. Intelligences are similar to talents in that they measure ability to learn specific subjects or activities. That is why some people have a talent or intelligence for learning music or sports while have trouble learning math. According to Gardner, intrapersonal intelligence or self-smart refers to knowing yourself, knowing who you are, knowing what you can do and cannot do, knowing what you want and don't want, and knowing how you will react to certain situations. People who know themselves tend to avoid making mistakes because they do only what they know is possible. They are usually not reckless. They tend to know their abilities and limitations. They tend to know where to get help as needed and when to ask for help. Typical skills for such people would be being level-headed, realistic, dependable, cool under pressure, and self-confident, all of which are very useful for leadership and getting the job done. They can be self-confident because they are realistic. They tend to only get into situations they know they can handle, which alleviates pressure. They know how they will react to most situations, making them emotionally stable or at least predictable. Students with strong intrapersonal intelligence are sometimes seen as introverted because they may prefer to work alone instead of as part of a group. This is why teachers need to identify introverted students. Such students should be accommodated and not forced into a group. Introvert students tend to think before they act, so delay their actions to avoid doing something they know they are not ready for. This hinders group participation with less patient students. They are often self-motivated because they know what they want. Such students may want time to think about a project to make sure they understand it because they only want to do something they are sure to do well. Some problems this may cause include being a perfectionist. Such students may take too long preparing to make sure their project is perfect because planning and goals are so important to them. A more obvious potential problem with strong intrapersonal intelligence is if the student becomes too reclusive and isolated from the class. Such students need to learn some ability to work in a group for their social and overall future. Employers want to hire team players. What teaching strategies can help these students participate in class? Intrapersonal learners need time to reflect on something before starting it. Maybe brainstorming or planning sessions could be used to start a group project to allow such learners to plan to their own satisfaction and still participate in the group. Another strategy for such learners could be to allow them extra time to answer in-class questions. This allows them to think and plan what they are going to say. To maximize learning, students should be made aware of and teachers should use the student's personal preferred learning style. Intrapersonal learners generally know their preferred learning style because they know themselves. Students can develop their self-awareness by using journals to reflect on what they are learning, including their own opinions. This helps students learn their own preferences by writing them down. Students can also make a list of what they do well and their preferences. Students maybe should not list what they do not do well because of the potential damage to their confidence and attitude that negativity can bring. Teaching students how and why to set goals is a valuable educational and life lesson that intrapersonal learners should grasp easily. Technologies useful to teach intrapersonal learners would be any internet-capable personal device to allow independent research. Even without the internet, computers and similar devices allow for independent work as preferred by introverts. Examples of persons with strong self-knowledge are Neil Armstrong, Helen Keller, Christopher Columbus, Charles Lindbergh, and Joan of Arc. These people achieved great things because they knew their own abilities. They did not waste time on the impossible, but did achieve what they knew was possible. Neil Armstrong knew he had the right stuff to reach the moon even when no one had ever done it before. Helen Keller knew her strengths would overcome limitations. Columbus, Lindbergh, and Joan of Arc achieved difficult but realistic goals. Possible careers for this intelligence include writer and scientist for the planning and attention to detail tendency, or psychologist, philosopher, and theologian for the deep thinking tendency. To sum up, the students in each class will have a variety of intelligences, and teachers should take this into account to maximize learning. Thank you for watching my vodcast on intrapersonal intelligence.